Did you know that some animals are so poisonous that just touching them could make you really sick? It's true. Today, we're going to learn about the top 10 most poisonous animals that live on land. These animals use their poison to protect themselves from danger or to catch their food. Some of them might surprise you. Number 10, Asian tiger snake. Let's start our list with the Asian tiger snake. This snake lives in East and Southeast Asia. It has pretty colors green, white, and bright orange stripes. But don't let its cool looks fool you. This snake is super poisonous. The funny thing about the Asian tiger snake is that it gets its poison from eating poisonous toads. How cool is that? It's like the snake is saying, "I'll eat your poison and make it my own." The snake has special glands in its neck that keep the poison. If it's cold outside, the snake might just stay still if it feels scared. But when it's hot, it runs away fast. Not many people have died from its bite, but it's still a good idea to stay far away from this slithery friend. Number 9, hooded pitohui. Next up is a sneaky one, the hooded pitohui. Can you believe a bird can be poisonous? Well, this one sure is. The hooded pitohui lives in New Guinea, and it's part of the oriole bird family. This bird is super colorful. It has a bright red belly and a black head. But don't let its pretty feathers fool you. The hooded pitohui is known as the most poisonous bird in the whole world. Here's the crazy part: the bird doesn't make its poison. It gets it from eating poisonous beetles. Talk about a dangerous diet. The poison is all over the bird's feathers and skin. So if you ever see this bird, remember no touching. Number 8, cane toad. Our number 8 spot goes to the cane toad. This big guy is originally from South and Central America, but now you can find them in many other places too, like Australia and some islands in the Caribbean. The cane toad is huge. It's the biggest toad in the world. But size isn't the only thing that makes it special. This toad has poison glands on its shoulders. When it feels scared, it can shoot out poison from these glands. The crazy thing is, every part of the cane toad is poisonous, even its eggs and baby tadpoles. Dogs especially need to be careful around these toads. If a dog tries to eat one, it could get very sick. People brought cane toads to different places to help control pests on farms. But now, in some places, there are too many of them. They eat a lot and can be a problem for other animals. Number 7, golden poison frog. Moving on to number 7, we have the golden poison frog. This little frog might look cute, but it's one of the most poisonous animals in the world. The golden poison frog lives in the rainforest of Colombia in South America. It's very small, about the size of a paperclip. But don't let its size fool you. This tiny frog has enough poison to make 10 grown-ups very, very sick. The frog's bright yellow color is like a warning sign. It's telling other animals, "Stay away. I'm dangerous." Scientists think the frog gets its poison from the insects it eats. Here's a cool fact. Some people in South America used to put the frog's poison on their arrows for hunting. That's why it's sometimes called a poison dart frog. But don't worry, the frogs in zoos aren't poisonous because they eat different food. Number 6, Gila monster. Our number 6 spot goes to the Gila monster. This big lizard lives in the deserts of the southwestern United States and parts of Mexico. It's one of only 2 poisonous lizards in the world. The Gila monster has a fat body and a big head. Its skin looks bumpy and has orange and black patterns. It might look slow, but watch out, it can move fast when it needs to. Unlike snakes that inject venom with their fangs, the Gila monster's poison is in its spit. When it bites, it holds on tight and chews to get the poison into its victim. Ouch! But here's the cool part: scientists are using the Gila monster's poison to make medicine. They found that a chemical in the poison can help people with diabetes. Isn't it amazing how something dangerous can also be helpful? Number 5, coral snake. Coming in at number 5 is the coral snake. These snakes are found in North and South America. They're famous for their bright colors: red, yellow, and black bands all along their body. There's a saying to help remember which snakes are coral snakes. Red touch yellow, kill a fellow. Red touch black, friend of Jack. This helps people tell the difference between coral snakes and other snakes that look similar but aren't poisonous. Coral snakes are shy and usually try to hide from people, but if they do bite, their poison is very strong. It can make it hard for a person to breathe. The good news is coral snake bites are very rare. Even though they're dangerous, coral snakes are important for the environment. They help control the number of small animals like mice and lizards. Number 4. Rough-skinned newt. Number 4 on our list is the rough-skinned newt. This little salamander lives in the forests of the west coast of North America. The rough-skinned newt doesn't look very scary. It's small, with brown or olive-colored skin on top and a bright orange belly. But don't be fooled, this little guy is super poisonous. The newt skin makes a strong poison called tetrodotoxin. This is the same poison found in pufferfish, which we'll talk about later. The poison helps protect the newt from animals that might want to eat it. There's a funny story about how scientists found out how strong the newt's poison is. They noticed that garter snakes, which usually eat newts, would sometimes die after eating one. It turned out the newts were so poisonous, they could kill the snake that ate them. Number 3. Blue-ringed octopus. Our number 3 spot goes to a sea creature that sometimes comes on land, the blue-ringed octopus. This small octopus lives in tide pools and coral reefs in the Pacific and Indian Oceans. The blue-ringed octopus is tiny, about the size of a golf ball. Most of the time, it looks brown or yellow, but when it feels threatened, bright blue rings appear all over its body. It's like a warning sign saying, "Don't touch me." This little octopus has very strong poison in its spit. Its bite is so small that sometimes people don't even notice it, but the poison can make a person very sick very quickly. It can even stop them from breathing. The good news is that blue-ringed octopuses are usually shy and try to stay away from people. But if you ever see one, remember, no touching, just watching. Number 2. King cobra. Coming in at number 2 is the king cobra. This is the longest poisonous snake in the world. It can grow up to 18 feet long. That's as long as a car. King cobras live in the forests of India and Southeast Asia. They have a scary way of trying to scare off enemies. They raise up the front part of their body and spread out their neck to look bigger. This is called a hood. The king cobra's poison is very strong. One bite has enough poison to kill 20 people. But here's a surprising fact: king cobras try to avoid people. They only attack if they feel really threatened. These snakes are also really smart. They can remember where good places to find food are, and they're even good at climbing trees. Number 1. Inland taipan. And now, for the most poisonous land animal in the world, the inland taipan. This snake lives in Australia and is also known as the fierce snake. The inland taipan doesn't look very scary. It's usually a dark tan color, which helps it blend in with the dusty ground where it lives. But don't let its plain looks fool you. This snake has the strongest poison of any land animal. One bite from an inland taipan has enough poison to kill 100 people. Its poison works very fast too. But here's the surprising part: inland taipans are quite shy. They try to avoid people and only bite if they're cornered or stepped on. Luckily, there's a medicine called anti-venom that can help if someone gets bitten. And bites from these snakes are very rare because they live in places where not many people go. Wow! We've learned about some amazing and dangerous animals today. From tiny frogs to long snakes, these creatures use their poison to survive in the wild. But remember, most of these animals don't want to hurt people. They only use their poison when they feel scared or threatened. It's important to be careful and respect these animals if we ever see them in the wild. We should admire them from a safe distance and never try to touch or catch them. After all, they play important roles in nature, helping to keep the balance in their habitats. We hope you enjoyed learning about these fascinating poisonous animals. If you liked this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe to our channel for more cool animal facts. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.